Hey y'all, hey. Come on in. Oh Lord, my joints hurt me. Come on in, I'll wait for it to start if it's going to. How y'all doing today? Get in here. Wait. And she waits. And she'll wait. And she'll wait. And she'll wait. Y'all come on in. Such a slow start up again, y'all. Come on in. I'm getting to the point. I'm gonna have to make a decision. Probably to just stop interrupting myself and coming over here. And y'all gonna have to join me sometimes over on TikTok, because I have to start all over. And it's wearing me out. It really is. Hey, Godmother. Hey, Drew. How you doing? Come on in here, y'all. Yeah, you know, the constant back and forth. That's why yesterday I got so tired of this app, I just didn't come back. And it's getting to the point where if that's what they doing, they winning, because I'm getting tired. Right? Because I already done built my audience up on I can go right now and build me a good audience up on TikTok. You like to apologize for you being disrespectful, but ain't nobody think about that Alaskan fish. Let me tell you one thing I know for certain. See, this is what I learned about Wayne, Hattie. And I can chew my own cabbage. So I say it here, I can say it there. Wayne is very moody. And Wayne's tolerance level is low. Right? So every Wednesday, like clockwork, we get paid, right? I don't even like to really go live on Wednesdays because we ain't got paid. But for some content creators that all they do is battle, it is a day to get more aggressive, like Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays are your aggressive days on the app for those people that like to battle. My thing is, some people don't know when enough is enough. And some people have goals to be as successful as Tyler Rivers and Say. So when Wayne gets frustrated, he'll take it out on anybody, right? And you have to fight with Wayne to see your view. Same way it was with Shea Baby Butter. I'm not falling out with Shea Butter. I'm 58 years old. She didn't do nothing to me. If it didn't happen to me, then that's personal. Same way how they messing with me on the app and freezing me over here. Some of you older people are going to have to come to the fact and realize you might only see me once or twice a week over here. I might have to have a new place and a new start. And I might end up being that my #1 platform may end up being TikTok. Because since DEI happened, we don't have nothing that we can do to control this stuff. Holding back your views, holding back your, y'all know how many numbers I get. People not getting their notifications, freezing me up like yesterday, starting me over. It's getting to the point where either you want, if this app go away, you're going to go to another app. You just don't want to, you're being stubborn. If this app, see, some people, they only are on TikTok. Like when I used to only be on FB. I say FB because we don't say the name on TikTok. And so now it comes to a crossroads. It's draining me. I got to go where I get my support too. I love y'all. That's why I show up. But sometimes I work so free over here. Because since we had DEI, I try to tell y'all, they can run a commercial on us, but they don't pay us no more. Who we gonna report to? Who we gonna report to? They messing with my live now. I don't even know how many people I got on here. I was talking to Hattie. I wasn't doing nothing. And they chose to freeze me up. I have no idea. You did. Was they okay? Always tell me the truth because it helps perfect me to be a better person. I don't know. I don't even know how many people I got on right now. I know how many people I normally would have on. Being on this time, I would be about at 300 or 400 people. So if I restart this live, I'm just going to keep restarting to the same situation. And it's taking them forever to open me up. And so therefore, we're working for free. Let me tell y'all, I told y'all this before and it may sound redundant, but too many millionaires was made on social media and they're trying to stop it. The billionaires are trying to. Did you not hear your leader say he could care less about us? Do you know that the month of April, groceries were higher than any other month? Do you realize that even in the little state of Georgia and some of the poor states and Alabama, gas is $4 and something a gallon? The economy's down. People can't get enough pay. Some of your Chick-fil-A's are replacing human beings with robots. Gerrymander going on there. Do y'all know what gerrymander is? Does anybody not know what gerrymander is? Do you not realize that racism is at its highest right now with this leader? Our economy is at its worst of any president with this leader. And why in the heck would you take all those billionaires over there to China and sit in their face? And they could care less about you. I told you them Asian people couldn't stand his butt. And he looking sour-faced over there. And had the nerve to tell them, you know, Chinese food is the highest fast food and does the best out of all the restaurants in America. He downplayed American restaurants for him. And you know what they told him while he was sitting over there? Looking all orange and thick and swollen and sleepy. Like Sleepy Joe, they said, you're going to stop this war. And we don't want you to get involved. When Europe goes and helps Ukraine. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we've always had a peace treaty. We've always had great relationships with the British government. I can't see how we wouldn't back them up if they went against Russia. You can't get nothing back in taxes. They are, all they're doing is going around and auditing people to get more money from people that ain't got no money. And so, I don't know how long y'all think I'm going to keep being on these apps for free. The Bible says he'll make man bless you, at least over there on TikTok. I got some people that are willing to help me. And some of them ain't even in no better shape than I am, but they understand the assignment. Let me tell you something. I cook in advance hoping that people will purchase from me. He does the best thing he ever do is bankrupt companies. You can't sue a company that belongs to you. The IRS belongs to the government. He worked for them. It's his. You can't get $10 billion out of your own stuff. But one thing I can tell you right now, I have no. When I say no, I mean it. I have no faith in our government and leadership. And gerrymander, for some of y'all that don't understand it, it was named after someone. And basically, they're doing what they did. They redistricting things, moving lines, moving your lines around. They just recently moved Florida's lines around. Florida got one of the worst governors you could have. I thought ours was bad. Florida ain't hitting on nothing. They governor so racist. They thought they were going to hurt Kamala, but Kamala is doing fine. They keep wanting to try to arrest Obama, but they don't have grounds to arrest Obama. You can't arrest Obama for going and meeting with the Prime Minister of Canada. You met with people when you were president and when you was not president. You can't do it. You can't stay up all night and sleep all day long in these meetings, baby. That's a sign of elderly abuse. Y'all pushing someone that's elderly beyond their capabilities. That's elderly abuse. Ain't nobody talked about it like that, have you? You take an elderly person and you gonna keep an elderly person that's been up all night, that's 80 years old, and make an elderly person go to all these meetings. Can you imagine your mother or your father at the age of 80 with health conditions, and they're having to go to all these meetings? How would you feel? They haven't had no sleep because they are having insomnia, and they stay up texting on True Social all night and making themselves gods. And you got West Palm Springs and them put, that's a golden calf. They put up a golden statue and draped it just like Jesus was draped. That's a golden calf. That's an image. That's Antichrist. Find it not strange that these things are taking place, because the word of God said it would take place. That's elderly abuse, though, beyond what he's capable of doing. Anybody else put in a phone call and tell them they got my mama up all night long and she can't sleep, and they got her at all these meetings and doing all these things, we all would be saying, oh my God, how could they do that? That's elderly abuse. And it is. I don't know how many people. Let me see how many people. I'm going to quit asking y'all. I'm going to tune in myself. I didn't even get my own notification. So that ought to tell you something. And then it don't have, it's not, I'm going to show y'all a secret. It's not showing that I'm live. That's when you shadow ban. Do y'all see that? There's no red ring around my name. That means I'm not live right now. With 108 people on my live. No red ring. And then on top of that, when I clicked on it, it moved me to another video. So what I was trying to tell Miss Hattie about Wayne was that Wayne is very moody. And Wayne gets frustrated. And Wayne thinks he didn't read the comment right. Wayne thinks that somebody's going to think. Now, common sense ought to tell Wayne, ain't nobody going to think he with this old lady. But Wayne, he plays these games so much with women. If he think one moment you saying something like you with him or y'all together, he'll block you because it's about the money. All of us don't see things like that. I'm a cook. Like he said, mama in the kitchen, baking and cooking. Yeah, that's my content. But I'm also not on other social media. I don't have no OnlyFans page. I'm not making nobody think they got an opportunity to be with me. I got a husband. I got a good husband. My gift make room for me. I'm a master cosmetologist. I'm a realtor. I have my own furniture business, right? Well, I don't do it anymore, but I used to. So therefore, and I bake, and I sell what I bake. And right now I'm gonna put some brownies in the oven. So I didn't take nothing personal, because at the end of the day, some of you all on these social medias let people control you. Who you like, who you watch, who you gift, how you shift and how you move. I'll tell people in a minute. I'll tell Jean and all of them, you got something to do, just don't come on. Somebody will tap. Somebody will gift. Somebody will give me stars. You got something to do, go do it. It's just like a TV program. If you share it, you can go back and watch it later. But don't let none of this stuff hinder y'all from doing what y'all were doing. Let me tell you this. I may have not, and I agree with you on that. However, I can stay on my own page. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I plan on doing. But I fixed what I had to say first. Okay? The next thing is, let me explain something to y'all. Me and my mama was talking last night for an hour. And we were talking about giants and what the Bible said. Now, I don't know how y'all gonna feel, you Christians. I don't know how you gonna take it. All this religion and what we call religion, what we read out of, was given to us by our slave masters. God is real. I know he's real. But he may not be in all the mythical things that you read in the Bible. They've never found a giant. It's never been documented. They can find the bones of a dinosaur. Surely they can find bones of giants. And on top of that, the giants just did not die in the great flood. If you go read, it says before and after the flood. We know they were there after the flood. Moses, Caleb, and Joshua said there are giants in the land. After them, David, he had 5 smooth stones because he knew Goliath had brothers. Giants in the land. Now, if you go look up giants here, anybody over 7 feet tall is considered a giant. When you get beyond that, 8 feet, they're going to say that you got some type of birth defect going on. But what gets me is, y'all often hear me say, don't try to wake up what God put to sleep. Now all of a sudden, May 8th, they want to start telling us and releasing that we got aliens and spaceships. You know why they did it? Because the survivors of the Epstein files were testifying. Their testimony started May the 12th. And they're sad. And you won't sleep good. Same way with the Mexican boy who pleaded and did videos to release his parents. He even got up and left America and went to Mexico so that his parents could come and see him before he died. Finally, a judge released his parents. And on Mother's Day, his mama fell in his arms and his daddy wept. He died on Mother's Day. I told God yesterday, if something I don't need to know, don't let me see it. If I don't need to know that there's no giants, don't let me see it. If there's aliens and they might hurt me, Father God, don't let me see it. If there's other things, because you said there's no searching of your understanding, and if you wanted us to see it, it would have revealed itself. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. If it's going to torment me, I don't want to see it and I don't want to know it. But what I do know, when I went to school, Hey, Rosalind. When I went to school, y'all remember reading books? Y'all remember reading? Because people don't read no more. Y'all remember The Hobbit? We're not going to start talking about stuff that's not, Y'all remember The Hobbit? I don't want to get my chat depressed. We're not going to get on funerals, and we're not going to get onto that. Okay? Because y'all would turn somebody's chat depressed. Today is a good day. We're going to lift up our voices. We're going to command our day. And I don't want to deal with no depressed stuff. Y'all don't remember the book called The Hobbit? And that's no disrespect, but if you don't grab a hold to your thoughts, maybe they'll mess you up. I already seen all of that. They didn't have those children's funerals was not, they were this past weekend. I seen it. I see just like y'all see. It's sad. But I don't want to talk about funerals today. I don't want to talk about none of that kind of stuff. I don't know where it's going and why it's forming, but that ain't what we talking about. We talking about life in the land of the living. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question. June, have you ever wondered why we believe in what people that hate us gave us to believe? You know, Africans and the people over there across the seas say, now go with me for a minute, that it's God's country and they're God's chosen people. Well, let me ask you a question, June. Now, the Bible talks about the 12 tribes and how they all went in different directions. Perhaps they made it over here. Perhaps. Have you thought for one moment? Wonder if this is. Wonder if this is the land that flowed with milk and honey. Huh? Wonder if this is the land that flows with milk and honey. How did it happen to be that a new fall of water, a new waterfall, done busted out of a rock in Kentucky? Why are they still finding carvings and writings that are in Hebrew and Egyptian writings? But we believe. Now let me tell you what I'm getting to. The point I'm making is that if there was no Bible to read, he said the word you hide in your heart that you might not sin against him. If they destroyed all the Bibles, like Hitler did stuff like that, then, and if they come up and say we can't read these Bibles no more, you better have a relationship with God. You can't look to the Bible and don't look to the hills from which cometh your help. You got to have a relationship. It's got to be a private relationship. It's got to be a private, personal relationship. God may tell you to do something he didn't tell me to do. God may tell you to go. He didn't tell me to go. All I'm trying to tell you, they even took parts of the Bible out and made something called a slave Bible. So Mama Joyce, what made me think these same group of people that want us to go right back into slavery, why do I believe that they would leave the best parts of the Bible out? Anything that would make me feel better, they ain't gonna tell me. If they took passages out the Bible and called them the slave Bible, why would I believe these same group of people are writing and telling the truth off of what I should know? I'm just asking a question, because black people, we're very gullible people. We'll give all our money away. I remember growing up in a Pentecostal church. Man, them evangelists would be pimping us. They'd go around telling you, if you give $200, God gonna bless you with a house. God don't make... When I got to know God, God don't make deals with Mammon. Mammon is a money god. God don't make deals with nobody. He's God. He's sovereign. So how are we going to understand our history if we don't understand the mystery? Why was God blessing and doing so good when we were in Africa, praising him? You notice African people, island people, they worship God harder than we do in America. Why am I going to believe that the people that got us in captivity and in bondage cares anything about if God gonna bless little old me? Why would I believe that they got any confidence in wanting God to do something great for me when you already believe that God... See, here's the point. The same people are going around saying that America is cursed and messed up. That's what the evangelistical people, and I say white evangelisticals because most of them are. You don't have black conservatives. Most of the conservatives are white. People like Paula White and all of these people was telling you what to do with God, and they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. She done stole them black people's church. She done said that there gonna be some angels from Africa come and undergird him. The angels ain't made it yet. African angels is what she said. I've never seen angels be broke down in color. I've just never, because they've never lived in the flesh. Angels are not human. They've never been in the flesh. For you to say African angels was coming. I just don't understand how we keep believing what they putting out when they start talking this very junk right now. African angels. I ain't never heard such thing. And we believe these people. The very people that hurt us. You think about it. A baby whose mama is abusing it still love its mama. Will still eat whatever the mama is giving. Because that's all they know. You have to email me, mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. That's all they know. And look, white people and black people were getting along too good. Too good. Now you want to try to pretend it's about race. It ain't about race. You done?
Yes, friend.
Okay, I'm going to send your money over.
It's okay, friend. See you in 2 weeks.
Okay, baby. And let me know when you have some free time. I want you to work on my deck.
Okay. Maybe one Saturday
you just let me know and I'm ready.
Next week I'm available one day.
Okay.
In the morning.
Okay. Just it's gonna be outside.
Thursday.
Okay.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday you can come work on my deck?
Yes.
Okay. You just let me know the price.
I got a question. Your friend, she sell the
she's gonna sell it. It ain't sold yet.
Oh, no sold yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
She's
moved?
She hasn't moved yet. She's still there.
Okay. Yeah, because the next week, next Saturday, I go there. So I don't know. Then maybe
she's just trying to sell it so she can find another place.
Oh.
She don't like living in the same city.
Yeah, she's told me.
But she's gonna still use you.
Okay. Yeah, she's told me last time.
Yeah. She just moved.
Pero maybe, I don't know, next week I go there Saturday, next Saturday.
Okay.
No, this Saturday, next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Okay. And I don't know I'm texting.
Okay. Well, you let me know. You call me if you don't get in touch with her. You let me know what she says.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for my birthday gift. Friend gave me the best birthday gift, y'all. She gave me a cookie jar. A bumblebee cookie jar over here. Let me show it to you. I want to show y'all what friend gave me. Look what friend gave me. She gave me that big bumblebee cookie jar. Is that not beautiful? See, I had the little smaller things. She gave me the big bumblebee cookie jar. Isn't that beautiful? For my birthday. I got the best housekeeper. The best housekeeper. Hey, catering my way. Hey, Deacon Calvin. So I'm not saying, I know God is real. Like the song say, you can feel him in your soul. But you got to be careful everything you read. Some things are mythical things. Okay. Let me tell you something. God never intended for humans. The only way a human being and an angel can fool with each other is the spirit. What was in that person that you fooled with? It was an evil spirit. God didn't design for humans to sleep with the Son of God. The sons of God. Now that's what the fallen angels were called. Not Jesus, but the sons of God. It's a difference. The sons of God was listed as fallen angels. Y'all with me today? Y'all gonna be with me? Y'all gonna talk to me, somebody? Because see, we got to get our minds together for what we might see. What we might end up finding out. This world, we just passing through. I'm not surprised at anything, to be quite honest with you. I'm not surprised no more. I don't know about y'all. It won't surprise me if they come walking around here and they've been keeping something and a breed of some type of humanity alive for centuries, and it won't surprise me. That's why we can't go to Area 51. I want to know why you're going to the moon every time you don't come back with nothing to tell us. Have you ever really been? I still believe, y'all can think I'm crazy, but I think things are turned around. They always talking about, it's a portal to Africa, and you can pass through, and you can get to Africa through the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you can or can't, but I know the only wood that you could build that ark was in Florida. I do know that. Gopher wood. I know that much. I know that you better not be trying to wake up what God put to sleep. I know a lot of things we dwell that once existed on this earth. We do know we did have dinosaurs. We know that. We did have things greater and bigger than who we are. But you better quit playing with stuff before you end up waking up. Now let's talk about the truth of the matter. All right? Because if you're going to believe the Bible says when the Euphrates River dries up, that there is 4 demons that are tied down that will be released. The north, the south, the east, and the west. The 4 corners of the world. They're going to be at the 4 corners of the world. And the thing about these spirits that's going to be awakened, they killing spirits if you believe in the word. That's what the word says. They killing spirits. You look at what's going on right now. You look at all the evil, all the things people just doing. Just doing it. You look at how many people get mad at you. How many people were saying in 2023 they loved everybody. They wasn't no racists. They didn't care about nothing like this. And now look at them. And they don't even realize, even if you're a millionaire, if you ain't a billionaire, you ain't got enough to sustain you. And that's why the Bible say the poor going to always be amongst you. I told y'all in 2023 that they were going to come and destroy middle class so we could be like a third world country. What was that? like a third world country. And that's what's going on. Trust me when I tell you. And we don't care still to this day. We only care about what we care about. We are not together still to this day. You can't get us to be together. I quit trying. To be quite honest. I come on here now, talk about what I want to talk about. When I feel like studying something, if I feel like I'm getting a good response, I'll talk deeper. If I feel like I ain't, I just talk surface. Because you get no honor and glory amongst your own people. We'll go and support and do anything anywhere else but home. I come over here every day. If y'all want to buy something, you email me. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And it's getting hard. Because why? They want it to be hard. Now they want to take all these amazing content creators that once got paid and they want us to work for free. And you say this man is sent by God. Well, if it's the doing of the Lord, you can't stop it. If it's meant to be for the beginning and the setting up of the end of time, then it's going to be. Man can't set it up. Only God going to put his hand on it. It's going to happen when he say it's going to happen. And it's going to be what it's going to be. We have to accept what God allows. Because we certainly got whooped and spit on and beat. And I just don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. You see, you got to understand, this is the heart of man that want to do that. You got a group of people right now ready to start back enslaving people. Ready to start back whipping you. Ready to start back owning you. Why? Because they are their ancestors. That's why. They their ancestors' children. And they ready for it. They ready to beat the brakes off of us. They ready for us not to have no votes. They ready for us not to talk. They ready for us not to have any sense. They are upset because we educated ourselves. Why do you think they said nursing is not a profession? Because anything that they see the majority of them are women, they're going to drop it down. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning to you. How do you do? Yes, racism at its best. And then on top of that, you look at how religion has broke our families up. These cults. You ain't no Jehovah's Witness. You can't talk to your family. Have you ever heard? Yeah, we know where it's found. We know it's in the book of Revelations. But have you ever seen any religion when God is about family and he said healing the land is healing family? Then you in a cult that's telling you if they ain't Jehovah's Witnesses, then you don't need to talk to them. If they ain't Latter-day Saints, you're sinning if you speak. We can pray to the ancestors and ask God to forgive their sins. Child, you can't do nothing. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, what are we reading? What's really going on with us? Child, if you didn't know no better, these people will make you a non-believer. What are y'all saying? What's going on? I'm so confused. You got some religions telling you to pray on behalf of the dead. You got some religions telling you to stay away from your families. You got to believe the way they believe or don't believe at all. I'm so confused. You got Jim Jones taught them to drink the Kool-Aid. And we just have to be led. We just people that trust everything. You better trust God. The one that never fails. Because right now, you don't even know if what you actually believe in is true. You don't know what they done touched and changed. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. And that's not saying I don't believe. But like I was telling my mama, you better pray and you better have faith and you better pray to God, because you don't know what man done came up with that God did not put together. You don't. You don't know if they turn around and the future generation say they used to believe this stuff. They took that away. We're not allowed to believe like that no more. Then what? Then what? We come back in time. 100, 200 years done passed. And the world is still going on. And people we looking talking about, oh God, we found this in the archives. This was a book. And these people were reading this. Oh my God, look what this says. And they sitting up here being polluted and taking in everything, looking like a unicorn now. They got a big old thing on top of their heads from pollution. You might as well believe some of these movies. That's what it looked like right now. Like we in a bunch of movies. Them movies where you come along and United States been so polluted. People got horns on their ears and 3 eyes and 6 toes. And because right now, if y'all ain't paid no attention, you know why we so sick with bronchitis? Because it's not falling on the ground. What's not falling on the ground? The pollen. The pollen is not hitting your cars. It's staying in the air. It's called pollution. Pollution. And every time this leader comes, we get some type of pandemic. Here it is again. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's Johnny. The first time he came, when he was here in 2020, what did we get? 2019, 2020. He knew in 2019 when he was the leader, he was calling it what? The Chinese virus. He knew about it. Didn't tell us. Teachers all out. They telling us we can't come into school. That it's an outbreak of the flu. That's what they told me. I remember I had a meeting to be at Avery School the end of 2019. And they told me, no ma'am, you can't come. We got so many teachers out. We got so many substitutes. You can't come right now because it's an outbreak. That's what they told me. It's an outbreak. And I was like, oh, nobody knew anything different. They just said it's an outbreak of the flu. So we're going to schedule y'all later on, after Christmas break in 2020, we'll set up something. You said that right. I like how you said that. The plandemic. And now what happens? Our governor taking in these people that's getting off the ship again. With this what? With this virus. Now they saying it's another part to this virus called the Andes. When it turns into the Andes virus, it's a whole different type of virus. This is human contact now. Human contact. I'm telling y'all better wake up and breathe. Y'all better see the truth. You can't trust what you see. That's what me and my mama was talking about. You gotta trust God. You don't know if your religion is right. You don't know. You ain't never even asked yourself the question, how can your religion be right? When there's so many religions out there, the only person right is God. I don't want to hear nothing about your religion. You better trust God, the one that never fails. I don't know what religion. I don't know which one is right, to be honest with you. So many out there. How I know yours is right and mine wrong? I don't. We don't. We don't know. We know what we were told. We don't know. You don't know. You getting scared off of what I'm saying, but you better wake up and breathe. Don't get scared. Do something about it. Get on your knees and ask God, what's going on? God, I trust you. God, I know you real. But God, there's so many religions. You got some of them say that they don't believe in Jesus. You got some of them saying that they can offer up prayers on behalf of dead folks. God, you got this religion and you got that religion and you got this belief and you got that belief and you got people saying this and you got people saying that. Lord, show me. Lord, teach me how to pray. Lord, help me. Lord, don't let me fall by the wayside. Lord, help me to stand. Lord, I'm confused. I need thee. You better get to praying, because you don't know if everything we've been taught. The Bible said train them. It didn't say which way either. And when they were older, they won't depart from it. So if I was raised a Muslim, you ain't going to take it out of me. If I was raised a Christian, you ain't going to take it out of me. If I raise my children atheists, they're going to believe it. Unless somebody else can come in and show them different. If I raise my children Jehovah's Witnesses and they follow the religion that I taught them, that's the way they're going to go. So what do we do? Which one is the right one? Praying to who? The one that never fails. Praying to God. And asking him, look at my trash can. To show you the truth. He the way, he the truth, and he the light. But these people going around here, that's common sense now. They want to try to make everyone Christian. And they want to try to make it be mandatory. Like Handmaid's Tale. So I'm trying to understand, how come we are too afraid to look deeper into what we've been told? We don't know what they have changed. At this rate, you don't know. And that's not saying I don't believe in God, but I don't believe in man. My faith in man is failing. And all these mythical things that people say that they can find everything else. They can't dig up no giants. They can find everything else. They can't find no slave ships. They name places. Why do we need pyramids? Why is Memphis the name of a king? Why is Kentucky the name of a king? Huh? Why does Memphis have a pyramid? Nobody asked those questions? Huh? Y'all don't stop to think sometimes, wait a minute. Could this possibly be when he crossed over? Could this possibly be where they ended up when they crossed over the Red Sea? What could this possibly be? You want to call it the lost tribe because we crossed over and ended up being in a whole different continent? How? And who witnessed? The moral stories of some of these things are amazing. But did anybody see the fish spit Jonah out? We know he went to Nineveh and it was a moral story behind it. But do we know anybody that spit him out? Did witnesses? Who wrote the stories that we read? Who witnessed the giants in the land that slept? Who saw the angels that slept with the humans? How did they take on human form? That meant they had to be other gods, because God sent Jesus here in a human form, and he had to be born of a virgin. So how did the angels just convert over to flesh and wasn't born flesh? Little common sense, huh? Because if the angels, which were fallen angels, which was called the sons of God, the fallen angels, made it with humans, it had to be a spiritual mating. So that meant other people got pregnant spiritually, because Jesus had to be born in the flesh through a virgin and come out of womb. But you gonna tell me those angels that fell, the third of the angels that fell with the devil, just up getting humans pregnant? I think we gullah islands. I think we gullible and we too afraid to question it, because we do love God. But I think man has played us, even down to giving our monies, even down to, you wait, you just watch. I may not be him, but you wait and see. The government is going to come for the church, because that man coming for every piece of money he can find. And the government is going to come for the church, and what we call the church is going to be non-existent. It's not going to exist no more. They're going to only let certain type of churches exist, and they got to follow a certain protocol and guideline. Anything other than what they say, the conservatives say, is not going to be considered Christianity. Mark my word. We went through an era where people was telling you what to do and telling you if you didn't pay your tithes, you were going to hell. And what Creflo Dollar came back and said? He wouldn't let you sing in the choir. He wouldn't let you do nothing. Then he came back and said, I was wrong. I taught that wrong. If you want your money back for all the books that I wrote about tithing, you can reach out to me and I'll send you your money back. And you know us, we like, it's all right. It's all right, Pastor. You know, you taught it wrong. Yeah, he sure did. Because he wouldn't let you sing in the choir. You couldn't become a member or nothing. You had to go in the finance office and you had to meet with the finance team. And then from there, you had to sit down and give your pay stub so that they could share draft your tithes. Yeah, and if you didn't pay, you wasn't going to be singing in the choir. You weren't going to be ushering. You weren't going to be doing nothing at World Changers. Nothing. No, Nathaniel. I don't care if God called you. That's another thing. I'm so confused with these church organizations. The Methodist Church. God can call you to preach and they're going to tell you, because they so big about education. The Methodist Church is going to tell you, you don't have a college degree? Do you have a college degree in anything? Do you have it in biblical studies? Did you go to school? I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's in mass communications. But you can't be a preacher in the AME church without a college degree. Because we're educated and sophisticated. When we are African Episcopals, we don't just let you get in the pulpit. And if the church starts growing too much, we're going to move you to another church that may not be doing as well as this church. I don't care if your members like it. I really don't care. We move you because we can. And because we will. And we go along with it. we go along with it. I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all better wake up and start praying to God, and He'll direct your path. And if that's all you got when you lay your head down, that you trust God. And like that song say, that's why it's powerful. The one that never fails. God is a jealous God, y'all said. But I got a question. If God is a jealous God, and He ain't gonna have no other God before Him, why do we worship man? Why do we worship our leaders? Why do we do whatever? Let me check with my pastor. Can you go with me, Mama Joyce? Oh, let me get back with you. Let me check with Bishop Fry. Let me check with Bishop Tomato Dice and Slice. I'm an armor bearer. Let me check with First Lady. Let me go over here. Did you pray about it first? What Pastor said, we don't need the fellowship. Pastor told us not to go over there. Pastor said. Pastor said we're going on a fast. Did you pray and ask God, could you go on a fast? Because He said when you fast, you don't fast for yourself to lose weight or nothing. You don't fast for man, you fast for Him. Did He give the permission? Well, we doing a Daniel fast, honey. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna eat all day long. Yeah, because your mind ain't on fasting. You know, we can't eat nothing from no animal. Oh God, I'm so hungry. What am I gonna eat? And then what do you come back and tell me when you get off your Daniel fast? I lost 20 pounds on that fast, girl. So that's what you got out of it. Self-gratification. What did you get spiritually out of it? How much in that fasting did you pray? And you've been thinking about what you're going to eat all day, so your mind has been on the food and not on Christ Jesus. We're not talking about that, Monique. You're not even asking your husband, baby. We're talking about spiritual asking. We're not in the flesh right now, because everybody don't have a husband. But then you sit around and do everything your pastor do and tell you, and you ain't had the first conversation with God. You ain't prayed about not Nathaniel. And then you can't come back and tell nobody spiritually. And then you get mad when people tell you Daniel wasn't fasting. Bro G said he know a pastor that said if a member leaves the church, don't fellowship with him. I remember a bishop telling an organization not to fellowship with my pastor because he was no longer in the Grand Old Church of God in Christ. He went to the United. I don't treat no church wife as no queen or king. Church or the pastor's wives can be some of the most messiest people. My husband ain't a pastor, but if he was, I wouldn't want nobody kissing my butt. I noticed the old church, when you had church mothers and you went to the mothers of the church, they talked to you humbly and they taught you. I was taught by an old church mother, God rest her soul, Mother Roberta Jones. But these first ladies, they want to be, you buy them stuff. You cater to them. You got to go to the bathroom with them. You got to carry their books and their Bible like they can't walk and tote nothing. Who carry it when you go to work? And I can't stand, you lose my attention when you start using the pulpit to get smart with people, men and women, to get a point over. When you get too much in your flesh, you lose me. I just start looking down, look at my phone, because that ain't the time. That's not teaching. You're not elevating or educating. You're just using an opportunity to jab and throw. We got to get out of that. See, churches can be a form of slavery too. Churches had slaves. I done told y'all over and over, that's why the Southern Baptists and Northern Baptists split up. Southern Baptists had slaves. Northern Baptists said that's not right. Then they named the black churches that were Baptist missionary. Missionary Baptist Church. Slaves, we still like that. Churches like to control you. It's a form of control. I understand it was used in slavery to control us so that we wouldn't get caught and killed. However, when slavery was over, the church still wanted to control people. The church still was breaking up homes. You had a husband out there working. The wife is doing what the pastor tell her to do. And the husband is telling his wife, don't do it. And it was a conflict. God ain't the author of confusion. So, this thing called church, which is a group of people, it may no longer exist after a while if the government keep doing it. Because remember, in the Bible, it said, and the government should be upon his shoulders. Remember, the government that was upon his shoulders was the Roman Empire. Remember that your pastor and your first lady got to get to heaven too. A lot of them can't even do nothing with their kids. Or their family, because the family know how they live when they ain't at church. That's why a lot of people don't go to church no more. And that's why a lot of people don't believe no more. And that's why you got a lot of people taking their power back. That's why you do have Hebrew Israelites. And you have a lot of people like that that question that this book is a controlling factor of white man. They believe that God is real, but they don't believe what the white man released. Where is the original scroll? It crossed the ocean and ended up with the British government who started slavery. Now here's your question. If we couldn't read and we couldn't write and they couldn't understand what we were reading and writing, then who was able to take the writings of those people and write them in English? Who was that educated that the Bible gets to England and King James put his name on it? Who was the translator? Who was the translator of the Bible that came out of Africa? And then they made a book of slaves from that. They pulled a series out that says, obey those that have rule over you and all this. It's a book. The slave Bible. So while they were writing our Bible for everybody, they then turned around and wrote one just for slaves. The Catholic Church, which was in Africa, the largest one is out of Africa, and also where? In the British, over there in the British government. The Catholic Church had slaves. And they were the ones that told Portugal people and all of those people in Spain, y'all better get y'all some. Now here recently, because Leo spoke up, Pope Leo, Peter Thiel told J.D. Vance to denounce the teachings of the Catholic Church. They ain't gonna open me up today. I'm walking too hard. And some of y'all don't even like it. But I got you thinking. I talk to God. I talk directly to God. I ask God a lot of stuff. And I thank God on a daily basis. I don't put nothing else before him either. I know for sure God is real. And the next step I do, I don't care if Jesus was just regular. He sacrificed his life. I don't care. I ask in Jesus' name. According to Google, the Dead Sea Scrolls are in Jerusalem Museum. Again, who was able to break down the writings of people that had a whole different language barrier? I'm just asking. Yeah, but you look who has it in art. The Vatican has it in, okay? And then you're going to say all the missing books that left out of the King James. Yeah, the Vatican, which is the Catholic Church. The same ones that believed in slavery. Do you not think for one moment, perhaps, just go with me, that the British government wrote this and put some of the Greek mythical things in there and stories, compiled it, knew that we have been slaves for over 400 years. Remember, Moses told Pharaoh, God said, let my people go. And they decide to write to keep us under control, to give us a hope and a look. Do you believe that God, he don't have the ability to, well, they talk about the book of Enoch. He talk about the fallen angels. Let me check this real quick, y'all. But do we sometimes wonder for real? Like, do we really want to think for ourselves? Are we afraid? Are we too afraid to question anything because we were told not to? They whooped the bejesus out of us. They whooped it out of us. Honey, if you ever want to see the original Scared Straight, baby, go watch some slave movies. You can't get straighter than that. No wonder crime was low. We got blamed for everything. You sneeze wrong, go whoop a slave. Breaking eggs, go whoop a slave. Tied your shoes too tight, go whoop a slave. They never thought we got tired. Some people literally was worked to death. And I mean that. Like Michael Jackson said, you got me working day and night. Baby, some of us was worked to death. And believe me when I tell you, they gonna some kind of way find a way to give this leader that Nobel Prize before he go crazy. Because Obama got it. And he don't want a black man to have. And this is America now. The fall of it anyway. This is the rise and fall of it. I'm going to tell you something. There's nowhere in the world they're going to show you no aliens. They ain't got one to show. If they can't show you no giants in the land, they ain't finna show you no aliens. And if they got them so happy they don't want to be seen, then they'll have to go to work. Because that's when we've been taking care of them. We've been giving them food, feeding them what they like to eat. let them go back and forth home, letting them open up portals. They would come and probably say, look, we was in captivity on earth for billions and billions and billions of years, and now we've made it back home, and we're gonna go and we're gonna whoop their tail. Can you only imagine if the slaves had an opportunity to come back to tell the truth? The people that knew and that dwelt in the days of dinosaurs and all these different things, to come back and tell you the truth. How the caveman survived what dinosaurs couldn't survive. Ain't that something? You mean to tell me our little old fragile bodies could survive things that big animals couldn't survive? Honey, I'm finna get this stuff out. Baby, they even cut babies out of slave women without anesthesia. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't lying. I'm coming. Oh, my God. Got these extra thick. Oh, can you get ready to set about? Yeah, we went through a lot. That's why we had our own midwives, and we became nurses and baby catchers. Now all of a sudden, you telling people nursing, that ain't no profession. Even to this day, I wanted to have the surgery, not to look good, but because you done fired everybody from the Center of Disease Control. You done took us off of WHO. The pollen ain't falling on the ground. Now we got another virus. You opening us up to be subject to things that we shouldn't be. To what? Depopulation. So you can't trust stuff when you allowing anything and everything to pass in the medications that we take. And so I wanted to have weight loss surgery so that I wouldn't have to be on painkillers no more. But I know God is a healer. He ain't no little alien. He real now. But he started our journey with obedience, and we failed. Do you know, in the beginning, even in the Garden of Eden, it was a experimental place to see if we can dwell on this earth, which was full of demons and fallen angels. So the question now is, did Satan have the ability to create his own form of what he called human? Or was humans just created and then the Lord said, I'm going to take a group and I'm going to put them in a place called the Garden of Eden, and I'm going to see if this group of people will be obedient to me. And that way I can determine, will I have to create another place for them? That's common sense, y'all. I'm gonna go and prepare another place for them. Because soon as he said, do not eat from the tree of the forbidden fruit, knowledge, the tree of knowledge, don't eat it. We did. So that was clear. We were disobedient. We were created to be obedient to him. Worship is obedience. They that obey must obey in spirit and in truth. God look at your heart and what your purpose is behind the things that you do and you say. And he knows, I always said I come from a good part of God. He put something down in my soul. I don't put icing on my brownies. They would be too hard to ship. They would get stuck everywhere. That's just more work for me. Too much. If I did any fudge icing with these fudge brownies, I would have to put them in containers and sell it separate because the containers cost. So it's possible you can buy fudge icing, the icing to go with it, but you just have to buy it. And when I made it, make it up like that. So I have had a good talk with y'all today. I'm finna get these brownies out. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, we're gonna turn it this way and get them brownies out of there. With my good from Zion. You look there. Oh, we done that right there look pretty good, don't they? Oh my goodness, they hot. They're hot, man. They're hot. They're hot on my finger. Yep. You know, sometimes I wish I done got up and cooked pinto beans and all that good stuff. Then I get somewhere and don't do it. Wish I had later. We was just taught, we really was taught not to question nothing. We can't question nothing. They don't want us to question nothing. Because we'll get in trouble. We would get whipped. So it was easier to believe. But you can only imagine, and I'm being honest, this religion was not the religion of slaves. This was not. This washed down, watered down. That's why they say God's country. This is not our religion. This is not our home. But I'm going to tell you something. God could have placed us all around this world. A dozen of them. You can email me, Lynn, mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. I don't discuss nothing on here no more. mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. Let me tell you something, Miss Oz. I want you to think about this. God is omnipresent. That means He everywhere. And God created the heavens and the earth. Hey, Pre. And if God wanted us here, He placed us just where He wanted us. That means He's God of everything. He's God of everything. I don't care how much they hold my page back. If He say it ain't going to be held back. You got a group of people that don't even want us to make it. They want to replace us with robots. You got a group of people want to put the mind of the humans inside of robots to overthink us. If you want to place an order while I'm on here, you can. Because I want to ship out. I have just a couple of orders, that's it. But whether I get an order or not, I'm going to the post office today to ship off what I got. I'll do it after when my baby get home. See, this is how it goes for me. I'm working and baking by faith. I don't know who gonna buy something from me. I done gave enough of y'all something to buy something from me. But I stand on faith. This is one thing, people that's baking, people that are independent, self-employed. When I would go to the hair salon, you could tell me to write your name down. That don't mean you was going to show up. If a restaurant opens the day they go in the restaurant and we prep, we don't know how many people are going to show up. There's not a strong marginal in cooking, and you can't keep reheating the same thing. So that's one reason why I like baking, because I can put my baked goods in the freezer for a year. But a laborer is worthy of their hire. And this person told me, quit treating your business like a charity. The more you keep giving your stuff to these people, they ain't going to want to buy it. I appreciated that lady. I can't even remember her name, but something woke up in me. Because if I done gifted you enough, you ought to want to buy from me. How can I be doing good if you ain't doing good? How can my business be good if you ain't patronizing me? You own as big as those that patronize you. How can I keep giving you free stuff, and when I stop giving it, you ain't willing to buy it? If you ain't willing to buy it, you all not want it for free. That's why when I do gift, I give to those people on TikTok, because they send their people over to what? Buy from me. Ask yourself the question, if I ain't buying from Mama Tracey, who buying from her? TikTok? If you ain't placed no order in a year and I done gave you something free, who buying from me? If I threw extra in your container, who buying from me? So that's why I decided, if I'm going to gift, I'm gifting to the content creators that's going to come and tell their people to buy from me. Some will make me a video, some will keep talking about it. Now these that I made today, they don't have no nuts, because I got TikTok people that didn't want nuts in their order. Hey Sheila, I just feel like I'm supposed to be crying because you finna move, even though I don't get to see you. Today, I'm going to cook Avery and I a bologna and an egg. That's what we going to have for dinner. When she get off the bus, I'm going to eat with her. Can't eat out every day. She can throw a little chips on the side. I'm going to bust us. We're going to have whole eggs on it. Fried. Cut it in half. Give us some chips. I might do us some peach apple slush. You know. Email me at mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. But you have to realize, I got enough sense to know where my support is. And I got to shift. Can you send me a list of the bake? Yes, I will. I'm going to do it, Miss Kathy, when I get off of here. But if you don't, somebody will. Shifting takes place in our lives. The young become the old. Winter turns into spring. And I got to shift. I know I'm shifting. And some things flesh and blood can't reveal to you. Only God can. And what slaves believed, they had a blessed hope of a better day. Oh, I'm about to start crying. Our ancestors believed that God didn't bring them this far to leave them. The same God they were praying for before they became enslaved was going to see them through. Our ancestors felt like it's best to die. Email me and I'll do it. Than to keep living the life that was before them, because it was so hard to live. to get up and be whipped and have it, or want to sing and have it beat out of it. Yes, if you email me, I can send you the list. mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. Deacon Calvin, get on your job. mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. Can you imagine wanting to die because the life you live is just no life to live? People spitting in your face, aping you, essaying, pulling your pants down in a courtyard and doing things to men that shouldn't be done in front of their families, breaking their homes up, selling off their children, selling off the husband. Husbands got to see men come in and out, taking somebody's wife and turning them into a breeding station. Hung by trees, just hung. Bodies hanging and rotting. Cutting babies, killing the baby after you cut it out of the woman. Rather die. Ask the question, why in the world was I born for a time like this? And we still ain't got it together. They taking everything from us. Trying to set us back as far back as they can before that evil vice president take over. Hey, Michelle. I got an email from Antoinette Gates, Sherry Highsmith, and Kathy Baker. So you have to do mamas with an S. Mamas Comfort Cooking @gmail.com. Those are the three that I got. I sell my stuff by the dozen. So if you want 2 dozen, that would give you 3 packs. I sell it by the dozen. You can pick 3 packs. They're going to be packed in 4s. 4 come in each pack. So you can get a pack of lemon, and you can get a pack of brownies. You can get 2 packs of brownies. Or you can get 2 packs of lemon and 1 pack of brownies. That's up to you. But it's sold by the dozen. I'm going to respond back to these emails when I get through, so that I can give you all the flavors and everything, and be able to assist you better than what is wrote on here right now. I got all kind of flavors. Let me fix this. Shipping went up to $14. I got seasoning as well. I'll send this for now. Let me send this to Miss Kathy while I'm thinking about it. But God will send you some. That lady just said that to me. I was on TikTok, and she said, stop treating your business, giving your stuff away, and treating it like a charity. They're going to respect it like one if you don't treat it like a business. And baby, when I tell you, that thing done stuck with me, and I started treating my stuff. I started treating my stuff. Hold on. See, 4 come in a pack. Baby, my house smells so good. I'm done with this. Let me tell you, Pam Webb, I'm going to teach this thing. It is what it is going to be. What it is what it's going to be. What it's going to be. I don't understand what you're saying. It is what it's going. No, she told me the truth. Yes, you have gone a business. You don't owe folks for buying from you, only what they order. Yeah, agree. It's not going to be what it's going to be, because sometimes God brings things to your light. It was going to be what I let it be. And I was giving more than I was getting. I miss you calling me today, and I wasn't getting my profit, trying to show people and do acts of kindness, which is why she said, don't turn it into a charity. People would turn you into a charity. Ever since I've been on this app, I've helped people. I've blessed people. I've gifted people. I let them come to my reunions for free. I sponsored them. I gave them this. I gave t-shirts. I've done this. I've given. Now it's time for the support, because listen, the economy is down. And if it's down on your end, it's down on my end. All these here brownies that I got to bag up, I got to buy the bags for them. I got to reorder. I got to reorder labels. And I give extra. Anybody get something from me, know they get the exceeding and abundantly, because I feel like that. I don't have to do it, so I don't announce it, because it may not happen that week. I may not have extra to give. The same way with taking our faith back out the hands of man. I don't care what your pastor said. The Bible say you follow man when they follow Christ. And if their lives is not lined up, I'm not following you. You can come preaching. I can come listen. Listen, Eddie Long did it. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Eddie Long. He was a good Bible study teacher. He was great. He taught good. I watched him every Wednesday. Some people don't ever buy from me for what I did for them, Michelle. No, they didn't and haven't. But he had some sickness in him that God knew about. I don't put my mind on him. Michelle, I'm not putting my mouth on him. He had to be, God dealt with him quickly. When all that stuff came out, God dealt with him quickly, because he didn't want to stop it. And then the good thing about it, the boy that exposed it, he don't have the package, because he was the one saying, I'm done with it. Should I continue in sin that grace should abide? God forbid. That boy said, I ain't doing it no more. I'm not dropping to my knees before church service. Listen, that don't mean that he wasn't used. The scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? That's a moral value. That's a moral sense of that. The Bible in and of itself is morals and values. The right thing to do morally. I don't care. God dealt with him for his secretive sins. We all sin and come short of the glory of God. You can talk about him and what he did, but what did you do? What did I do? What did any of us do? We all mess up. We all mess up. But we have to take our faith and our belief out the hands of man. Man came up with every religion you can think of. They took the one scroll and switched it I don't know how many times. This organization, that organization, this belief, that belief, this faith, that faith. They switched it. To what? Accommodate them? Well, no, I'm going to leave the Catholic Church, but I'm going to teach. We're going to be Baptist people. I'm leaving the Catholic Church. We're going to be Methodist. I'm leaving the Baptist and the Methodist, and we're going to be Pentecostal. Well, I'm leaving that. And I'm going to be Jehovah's Witness. I'm leaving them to be the Latter-day Saints, honey. I'm going back on time and pray for my elders that died. I'm Latter-day. I'm going further than that. Where you going, Jenny Ray? Well, I'm going across the sea. I'm with you when you ride. I'm with you when you ride. Where you going? Well, I thought about it. I think I'm going to come up with my own religion. I think I'm going to be the Overcomers Redeeming Ministries. And what I'm going to focus on is, I'm focused on this, and I'm focused on that, and I'm focused on our leaders. And the Lord told me to focus. We're going to start a new chapter. It's going to be called Back to the Bible Ways. And I'm going to focus on this. Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, I'm going to mix up some stuff. I'm going to do Christianity, but I'm going to also be a Hebrew Israelite. What you say? Thank you for the stars, Michelle. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm going to be a trendsetter, and I'm going to go drink Kool-Aid. I'm going to start the Kool-Aid ministry. I saw a vision. Just like, let me give y'all a prime example, and yes, I went to it. There was a group of people traveling around saying that the oil was, the anointing oil was reproducing itself. You know, the Bible says whatever man thinketh and believe. So, the oil was reproducing itself. Hey, Ruthie! And they were traveling around the world saying, come see this oil. Come see this oil that reproduces itself. People started going. I went. I wanted to see the oil. Not realizing that oil, when you pour it out, it can reproduce itself. Hey, Gemini Queen. Not realizing, well, it's oil. It can reproduce itself. So we believe in everything. Let me tell you something. Jim Jones, he had a group of people believed in him. You didn't believe in him and I didn't. But they had the Guyana tragedy. Somebody believed. Them people sold their houses. They went with him overseas. They went with him overseas. They sold all their possessions. God don't want another God before him. Y'all worship y'all leaders more than y'all do God. I don't know. All I know is it wasn't good enough that they gave him everything. He wanted their wives. He just wasn't happy. He had esteemed himself into a position that he could have whatever he wanted. So, after he got all their possessions, he wanted their wives. Then he decided, y'all ain't fit to live. Because he had a mental problem, you know. In the end, something was wrong with him. But even somebody with mental problems, we'll follow them. It don't matter. Because we've been taught to do it. We've been programmed to listen to leaders. They can be wrong and you won't open your mouth on it. Just like that man from Atlanta. I hate this that the brownies ain't doing right for me. They pretty. They don't want to come out right. Just like that man from Atlanta. The house of prayer. Baby, he had all them people jacked up at the house of prayer. He had all them people jacked up at the house of prayer. They was living in slums and shacks. You should have seen how them people was living. And the man from the house of prayer, he was living good. He was living real good. I can't fool with this pack right here. I'm going to deal with this in a little bit. Yep. These people said, oh, well, we supposed to sell our homes and do what the leader tell us to do. So they sold their homes. Quit their jobs. And then the man up here in Atlanta, the house of prayer, he up there done took all them folk. They go to work every day and they come home and live in slum houses. I wish you would have seen them houses. These people. And then he got you beating your wife in front of him. He told them what they could or couldn't do. He beat their children. He did all that. He would make the man beat the wife in front of him if the wife didn't do what she was supposed to do. Cults. You better pray to God. You might be in one right now. Anything that's got control over you is witchcraft. That's why I don't fool with them. I don't fool with these organizations no more. No. Control. They control witchcraft. Tell you to stop doing this and you can't wear pants and you can't wear makeup. Now you can wear it. It's a new time now. But did God change it? Because you said that God said we couldn't wear it. So now we can wear pants. Now it's okay. Yeah, it's okay now. Because we said it. We changed the rules. I don't go for it no more. I'm grown now. That's the way my mama raised me in. I don't got time for all that stuff. Man will mess you up. And mess you up with God. You better talk to the Lord. You better have a little talk. Yeah, we are so easily manipulated. I remember one time, this guy could have went probably pro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they told him he couldn't play basketball and he couldn't play football as good as he was because he had to show his legs, and that would be considered lust. Child, that's why they still in the poorhouse to this day. You sit there and let somebody talk you out the gift God gave you. You sit here and tell me God gave you a gift. God gave you a beautiful voice. Okay, what is gospel music? Some of y'all act like people wrong when they sing some R&B. Do you think the gospel singers is really filled with the Holy Ghost? Did you see what Tina was going through with her husband? Just because they sing something and mention God's name, that ain't the gospel. But we'll bounce. Honey, we was stomping all over the place. We was doing stomp everywhere. And what happened when Kirk Franklin fell off that thing? He said, I wasn't fit to live and I wasn't fit to die. That's what Kirk said. He said, I wasn't fit to live and I wasn't fit to die. But you sitting up there saying, oh yeah, we can sing this. He a gospel singer. We so jacked up and messed up. We don't know no truth. Kirk sitting up here telling you my life didn't line up to what I was singing, baby. And we'll still sit there and say, but that's gospel music. Okay. That's what you say. That's why we don't want to hear no hymns. You ain't trying to get somewhere to be singing at the cross. At the cross, where I first saw the light. And the burdens of my heart, they rolled away. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that in church. It's still in you to dance. You want some music to make you clap your hands and stomp. If the church on the song, you like, ooh, honey, they ain't got no good choir. I ain't going back to that church because y'all love music. And we know who was over the music department. I'm going to tell you one more thing before I get off of him. You better watch your own music. Because remember, Satan was in the choir. And I don't care what you say, but them LGBTQ people love them some gospel music. They love to be in the choir. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Because I don't pick on people for their sin. If you want somebody to live a different life, let them live it. Quit judging them out the church. Oh, they living they this way. Okay, and you was too. You could have been out there changing stuff at Walmart. Yeah, Leandria. She can sing. God gave her a gift. But she got a problem when it comes to alcohol. She got a problem. But what did the church do? Oh, we're not going to let Leandra. The same ones that ain't hitting on nothing, them whinings. Them some of the meanest, nastiest men. Them same ones sit up there, said, Marvin Winans, blocking that lady from being in awards. Man is a mess. Yes, indeed. You better have your faith in the Lord. Man will call you tomorrow and tell you, you ain't preaching at the church no more. I'm sitting you down. And you go sit down somewhere. Shall I get up and go on and go somewhere else and preach? Get on up and take the gospel to the highways and the byways. And let these folks in these air conditioners do what they gonna do. They holding you back because they done got jealous. They see your gift. Did you know that? That's the truth. I done seen it. Some people in church see that you are powerful and you can out-preach the leader that's there, and they will hold you back. That man won't share that pulpit with you. That woman won't share that pulpit with you because you out-preaching them. Some of these churches, the preachers try to leave it to their children. I'll take you to court first. You ain't getting this for your child. Why would I give you this when I help pay for it? No, your child ain't coming to this church and selling nothing off. The church belongs to the people that paid tithes. Your children don't even go to church. Your daddy died. Yeah, my daddy died. He founded this church. You ain't going to do nothing with this church. We're going to put a picture of your daddy in the foyer of this church. And we're going to acknowledge him. You ain't taking this church from us. Y'all crazy. That's our problem now. We sit around and let people just take stuff from us. You're not taking this church. You cannot change the locks on the church. It's against the law. You cannot lock the people of the church out. It's against the law. Go look it up. That's our problem. We don't know what belongs to us, and we just keep letting people take it. That's why the church don't pay tithes. I mean, they don't pay taxes because it is a place that belongs to the people. It is not a private entity. So I'm sorry. Just because your daddy founded it, thank God for the founding of the church. But it don't belong to his children. And they wouldn't get it. It couldn't be me. I know somebody right now dealing with something like that. Child by. That's a group of people. And the lady died. And her kids won't let them open the church. And I told them, y'all crazy. You pay tithes. They'll give y'all that church in a heartbeat if you want it. I told them, they can't take that church from you. Was you a tithe payer? They said, yeah. They show what the parents was on the deeds as the trustees and stuff. Go to court. That's why the church will tell you in a minute, it ain't good for Christians to take each other to court. You can go to court. They went to court in Jesus' day. The moral values of it. Remember the story about the man that owed the king money, but he wanted the king to do something with somebody that owed him money? You can go to court. It's sad that you would have to go, but you can go. It ain't going to take your salvation away. See, we got to quit. We got too much confidence in man. You think your leaders can't sin? You think them men sitting in them pulpits ain't looking at women? Not my pastor. Girl, he got eyes. If he got eyes, I'm talking about him too. Anybody that can see. The Bible says a man's eyes is never full. And it ain't just talking about materialistic stuff. You can have a good woman. She cook, she clean, she scrub the floor, and she go to the store. And she home every day, and she go to church. And that man still will look across the way at something else, because his eyes ain't never full. She ain't done nothing wrong. Well, what happened in your marriage? What did you do? Why did Billy Ray do you that way? Because I ain't her. Like Color Purple. Because I's not her. Why Mr. beat you? Because I'm not you. That's what she told him. Because I'm not you. I'm sitting up here having to love you and let you in and out my house. I couldn't stand sugar. You sitting up there going in and out of Celia's house. And then it was bad enough you started going with Celia. Because she had a takeover spirit. And she had her dummy on the ring. Nobody else wanted to marry her. She had a dummy on the line. And the only one that really wanted her was the one she didn't want. So she all the time could control Mr. Because he wanted her. He wanted her. Nobody else wanted to marry Suge. They say she shook up Hartwell County. She had so many baby daddies. Nobody else was marrying Suge. But Mr. was in love with her and beating his wife. Why? Because she wasn't Suge. And that's what go on to this day. That's why the first ladies are so insecure. That's why they got to call themselves the only lady, this lady, that lady, because their husbands ain't calling them nothing at home. They not telling them how pretty they are at home. They not jumping their bones. They not doing all the things that a man ought to do for his woman. And so she gets insecure. And she walk around looking and seeing who might want the old musty smelling preacher. Nobody wants your preacher. You don't even want him. His feet probably stink at night. Nobody wants your nasty man. Got my own nasty man. Shut up, Trey. I do. He said, let me love you up and down to your side stop. I think he's going to be stretching me out this weekend, but I don't know about that. I say I ain't going to let him, but I might let him stretch me. Go, mama. Because it leads to other things. Shut up. Help me, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. But I might let him stretch me this weekend because I feel a little frisky. I feels like going on. I'm finna put on this bologna and egg in a little bit. I'm gonna do my TikTok early. Because we in revival. Tasha D, I want to thank you. The other day, Tasha D, I want to thank you. I was feeling mighty bad. I was feeling mighty low. I had nobody to help me on TikTok with Tasha D. I went and I prayed to my God. And he sent you, Tasha D, and you was shooting up some stuff. I know there's a God. Thank you, Tasha D. I appreciate you this morning. A preacher told me that God gives him a message for me in a church full of people. God surely didn't tell him to ask me out to dinner. Let me tell you something. This would get me with some spiritual people. I believe that God will send you a prophetic word. I believe in it. But I also believe that you getting to do it a little too much. I went to a church. All they did was prophesy. The next week I went, they were prophesying again. The next week I went, then they said, oh, we're the church of prophecy. And I was like, now God, I know eventually you're going to tell me something. You ain't going to just keep telling them and don't tell me, God. I need to hear this thing from you. I received the messenger, but after a while, they done skipped a lot of stuff. This lady come up to me. She was like, and this and this and this and this and this. And I was respectful. I didn't say nothing. I got home that day. I told Mom, I said, I just don't know. She said, what you mean? I said, she done prophesied and told me everything, but she done missed everything. Mama said, girl, get somewhere to sit down. I said, well, Mom, I done hooched and I done, Tracey, get out of here. Mama, I've been clubbing. My house smell like smoke. Mama, you know, Tracey, I'm not playing with you. Mama, I'm doing boxes. I'm breaking things down. Mama, flipping and flopping and flopping it and flipping it. Baby, my mama told me if I didn't get off and around that, she was laughing at me. But I was like, quit trying to tell everybody what they did. You done missed out on a lot. Just talk to me. Tell me what must I do to be saved. You don't have to always, it ain't always a prophetic message. It ain't always one. It ain't always that you got to talk in tongue in a service. As the Holy Ghost give utterance, do man speak. But then you got churches that's teaching people how to talk in tongue. That's not scripture. How you gonna teach me to talk in an unknown tongue, but it's supposed to be a tongue given to me by God? So if you teaching me, then you're giving me a tongue. Roll your tongue. I've seen it done. Roll your tongue and say, run the roll your. No, you didn't do it good enough. So run the. No. And that's why one day the tongues are going to cease. Go read it for yourself. It's not going to be. Like his spirit ain't going to always strive. It's not going to always force itself to be in our presence. And I thought too, in the presence of the Lord, I thought y'all said in his presence was the fullness of joy. I thought where the Spirit of the Lord was, there was liberty. So why should I be bound? I thought Jezebel was a woman of unbelief who worshiped another god, who took people's property and put her war paint on and her eyeliner and her eyelashes to entice, to kill, to get land for her husband. I thought she led people the wrong way and her outcome was death. I thought she died. So why you keep keeping her alive? How you gonna tell somebody because they got some fingernail polish on? My mama said this to me Sunday. She 84 years old and still believe that crazy teaching. Oh, that's Jezebel. Mama, you paint your toes and your hands. And you paint them in clear. But you still got polish on. All I did, I don't wear makeup. All I did was put some polish on my fingers. I don't wear makeup. Y'all know that. And some lips. But the old teachings. I ain't finna go kill nobody, mama. I ain't finna go sleep with nobody unless it's gonna be my husband. How am I Jezebel? But y'all don't believe in witchcraft. Y'all don't see how the church can get in your marriage, get in the ear of your husband and your wife. Some preachers will even tell, I know somebody that told somebody that God didn't tell you to marry that woman. That woman over there was supposed to be your wife. And had you waited and got saved, she was waiting on you. So you telling this woman over here that this woman over here husband is supposed to be hers. She's supposed to stand there and take it. Now this man might go home saying, I think I'm out the will of God. I'm going to have to divorce you. Because that's who God had for me. I love you. We happy together. We done made babies and bought houses. But the preacher said I belong to her. I married you before we got in the church. So I think we need to go and get a divorce so I can line up with the word of God. I would have went and whooped that preacher and his wife. I would have. And I would have sued the brakes off of him for being a false prophet. I might have been the first one in history. But you ain't going to mess my life up. You ain't going to do that. You ain't gonna sit outside, pat flies, and tell lies. Because God don't take other people's wives and husbands and give them to you and bless your marriage. He ordained marriage. So since we down on that piece of paper, it is what it is, as Jean said. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Until we decide we want to divorce together. Or until death do we part. We got a contractual agreement. Binding. Bump that pastor in the horse and the carriage that he came in, that witchcraft. Because you going to sit here, because you like that lady more than you like his wife, you trying to, and he in church, you trying to take somebody's husband. Let me tell you women something. You don't go in counseling by yourself. You always have somebody in the room with you. And don't you go in there telling that leader all your business. Because that leader got somebody they going to talk to. You could turn that leader on for all you know. You could be sitting in there talking about, I've been trying to hooch John Willie. And it's just so big and I can't get it to fit. And her mouth getting watery because she can get it to fit. You might have a female pastor. Or he ain't there talking about, man, this girl appetite is stronger than I can handle. She wanted. She got me working day and night. Ooh, honey, you got me working day and night. Ooh. And the next thing you know, while you at work, hello, Rosalind. Hello, Rosalind. This pastor got a grip. The Lord sent me to help you. Why you? But Pastor, I just think we would be sinning, and I just think, no, because I got a need. My wife, she don't want to, and your husband's trying, so that we can keep the next thing you know, open floodgates of heaven, let it rain. You got to come to realize everybody made of flesh and blood. I told y'all a true story about a bishop in the Grand Old that turned that girl into a concubine. Told her God set her aside for the purpose of taking care of him. But how he messed up was when her child, 12 years old, came in and he said, she about ready for me to start training her. And something snapped in that girl's head. You think I'm finna let you hunch on my daughter? So she went and she sued the Grand Old and his church. Well, the Grand Old don't have nothing to do with this bishop's jurisdiction, his church. So the judge did not allow her to sue them. But she won $750,000 from this man's church and jurisdiction, because he was treating her like a sex slave. CojicAbuse.com, you can read a lot of stories. You can go on YouTube. Not YouTube, TikTok. You can even see the abuse in the Jehovah's Witnesses church. People that are no longer that. Escaping, surviving Jehovah's Witness. Surviving Latter-day Saints. Surviving Amish. Mennonites. Quakers. You got people telling their stories about the Pentecostal churches, the Baptist churches. Abuse. You're supposed to be the watchman of people's souls, and you taking them through there. Now, I got the faith. And I know that I'm so behind. But I believe I ain't going to sit on TikTok all day and night. I got so sick. I didn't come back after that night. I sat on there for 4 hours. Trying my best, battling people, losing game after game after game after game after game after game. I had to take myself a break. And we dropped again. But I'm just going to have the faith to believe God going to meet me there today some kind of way. And he going to send me some help. Because let me tell you something. If it had not been, you look at what I got right. I'm so grateful for what I got. I'm so glad Michelle opened the floodgates. But everything I told y'all we was going to need, and what I was doing for y'all, had y'all went along with it, you would still be getting groceries today. I don't have to get a regular job. I don't have to get a regular job, babe. But what you need to do is grow your page. I don't have to get a regular job. You watching me. Grow your page. And you don't understand. This is a job. To get here, to teach history, to cook. I sell. I don't codependent on nobody. But it's easy for you to say get a job, and you are a content creator that's trying to grow a page that ain't even got it strong enough to get monetized. And to get it monetized, now you just wasting your time because all the commercials is gone because of DEI. Now you go get a regular job so you don't watch me. Now don't that make sense to you? Take your own advice. Was I mean when I said that? I didn't mean to be. I mean, he said it to me. I thought I could give it back. He, she, whatever it is. I thought I could give you your own advice back. I ain't mad. You mad. We shouldn't be mad off of the truth. Because I feel like if you can throw it, you can take it. And you ain't going to get blocked over here. I'm just telling you. You said it, and I just gave it back. Deacon Calvin, I hope you didn't block that person. Don't block that person. And if you did, go unblock it. You're going to have a box. Because they ain't going to all fit without no box. Hey, Jerry. I was just letting that cook. I see somebody remove that comment. Either they remove, the cook said get a regular. I was just letting that person know get a regular job too. You over here watching me and calling yourself a cook. Don't play with me. I promise you don't want to. I used to sit around here and let people, I try my best. I used to sit around here and let people treat me any kind of way. I stopped. It wasn't going to do nothing but let them treat me even worse. The moral of my story, what I was saying is, I don't care who. If all these celebrities, did you see how many celebrities he talking about get a job on TikTok? If they can get help, if they got NFL players, doctors, and lawyers, CJ So Cool, Santana, Tamar Braxton, all these actors and actresses, and the guy that played in BMF and Terry, all of them battled on TikTok. All these stars that are out of business because they're going to be replacing them with AI. You don't think I'm supposed to get out there and get whatever I can get? I ain't going to get it from you if you don't give it. So why would you tell me to block me from getting it? God said he would make, I thought you believed in the word. He said he'd make man bless you. It was all right when I was blessing. And if you would have sold your little 10% back in with your groceries, you would still be getting your groceries. We had a good thing going on in 2023 and 2024 when we were getting them groceries. But instead you grabbed it and you ran. And now look how high. What is $200 now? Nothing. Nothing. I went the other week and loaded up on a bunch of candy. I didn't say nothing. Why? Why should I? I didn't say nothing. Because then people would be like, Miss Tracey, ship me a box. Ship me a box of candy. I'll send you cash. They ain't thinking about my back. I'll pay for it. I didn't do it. I shipped out boxes of food, hurt my back and everything. But it's okay for Tracey. But Tracey gotta handle herself better. It's Tracey fault. Let me show you what I got. Because I gotta get ready to cook my baby something. I got most stuff. I've been got most stuff. I just don't talk about it. Because it would be okay for me to get up and break my back trying to ship all these sweets off. I'm not doing it. No. No, honey. I'm just giving it local now. No, honey. Because you know why? The rule applies. I get so tired of people thinking, people that give and love on folks, Like, we don't have no feelings. So let me show you, David. I got so much I can give, David, but I'm giving it local. I have been giving it. And I have been, wait a minute, David, you ain't seen nothing. But I'm going to show you this one container. I tell you that much, because see, you messed your own self up with me. Look, Dave. Look, David, I got plenty stuff, Dave. I got plenty stuff. I got tote after tote, after tote, after tote, after tote, after tote, after tote of sweets that just came in. David, I even got them in this box over here. I got totes and totes and totes. But you know what? You know what? I'm just going to keep them and do it local. All kind of stuff. These are good. I had some of them the other day. I'm going to give me a couple of these peanut butter cookies out. Because I love these. I'm going to eat my pack of these today. You better believe it. You better doggone believe it. I got them. I even got crackling. You better believe it. And I went over there and I cut so much stuff. I said, Lord mercy. What I was going to do? They said, pass it out local. Instead of wearing your back down to the ground. I like these too. These is good. Let me get that out. Don't judge me. Honey, I even got whatchamacallits. Baby, I got them all. You find it all at South DeKalb Mall. Oh, God. But you know what I do? I'm learning. That's what I'm doing. I'm walking this thing out. And I'm working it out. I'm learning. I am learning. It's a pretty day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day for neighbors. Oh, we got a package on the door. Won't you be my neighbor? I know that must be Ed's. Oh, this is my husband's stuff. Yeah, babe.
Do I need to get Avery something to eat?
If you want to, because I was just going to cook a bologna sandwich. You going to be home?
Yeah, I should be there by the time she get in. I'll get her a hamburger. You need anything?
Nah, no.
No, I can't get nothing. I forgot. I left my wallet at home.
Okay, well, she can eat a bologna. Love you. Hey, Mom, you going to stretch me out this weekend? Huh? For my stretching? Okay.
Get off of my ring.
Okay. He said get off the ringer. I know what that means. He gonna do it. So look, y'all, I'm gonna go cook her a sandwich. Oh, my body hurt. And ain't that a pretty picture, y'all? Dining room over there. Ain't that a pretty picture? I don't even be in the sunroom. It's hot as I don't know what out there. I gotta put another. My house, it hold. Oh my God, it be hot. It be hot. But anyway, so anyhow, I'm so glad we had this time together. I'm gonna go put these brownies in the freezer, and when I go to TikTok, I'm gonna be selling. When my husband get home, I'm gonna go to the post office. I'm gonna ship off some stuff, my orders, and call it a day. You love the pink curtains. I don't got no pink curtains. Those are not pink. That's the way the sun hitting them. They not pink. They actually beige. They're tan. They're tan color. It's the way the sun is hitting them. Yeah. It's just the way the sun. And I keep one of them turned up because I like to be nosy and look out the window. And but let me tell y'all something. Unless the Lord make a way, I was going to sell my home, which has been paid for since I was 45. And I was going to sell my home and buy another home. But I'm so glad I didn't. Did you make the brownies, cheesecake with nuts? I did. I done got rid of all of them. I don't know how many I got left. I had to send another lady another whole set. Michelle, why you on here? Let me see how many I got left. I did make some more. And I mentioned you, but I guess you wasn't on here. So, ain't she pretty? Ain't her pretty? And so, my kitchen was supposed to have 2 islands. And I didn't think I was going to be able to walk again. That's why I got all this space. I was supposed to have 2 islands. And it didn't look like I was going to walk no more. Let me see, Michelle, I'll make some more. I ain't making them today, though. I might make them today, Michelle. I don't know. Let's see. Michelle, I don't think I got no more, baby. I sold all them out. I made them just the other day. The girl said she didn't get her order. And she didn't. She didn't lie. She didn't get it. I don't know where they at. But anyway, I'll have to make another set. Some more of them. They all got gone. What I made today don't have no cheese in them. Honey, I ain't got no more. No more. They gone. They gone. They gone. I don't have no more. No more. No. 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 Nope. Yeah, I gotta make some more. I'll be making some more, baby. The lady, she from New York, she bought me out. 24 of them. Michelle, let me know. Email me and let me know if you really want me to start on some. And I'll work some up tomorrow. I said I was going to not overdo it today. I've been selling. Y'all won't believe how good I sell over there. Also on TikTok. And then I got some blessing to do for somebody. I'm not going to say who it is. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I have people on here in financial distress. And sometimes just giving the kids a little sweets, some chips, and giving them a little something, something, it helps them. It's about time for the children to get out of school. So I'm going to I'm going to probably go get some more chips and things of that nature so that I can send somebody a blessed box. This person, I won't say nobody's name on him that may be in financial distress because I don't want nobody to, I keep telling him don't put this in him. They keep scratching up my new bottle. They scratching my whole name off of Comfort. That's my husband doing this. It's not the bottle. He done scratched Command Your Day. He keep taking this wrought iron and scratching it up against other wrought iron. And he finna buy me another bottle. My husband get on my nerves, man. Just messing my whole new bottle up, doing crazy. How you think you gonna keep scratching wrought iron against iron? But anyway, even though I be saying I ain't gonna bless nobody, I do be blessing people. Email me, Michelle, and I'll make you a fresh batch. You want nuts in them, right? So I'm going to put walnuts and pecans in them and everything with the cheese, right? That's what you wanted, with the cream cheesecake in it. I'll go ahead and make you up some. Yeah, he get on my nerves. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he did. Oh, that sounds like a church song. Let me go. I felt one coming down the pipeline. It'll be time for me to cook that bologna. You know I can't cook it too soon. But I got to put me something in here to drink. Oh, that felt like a church song. What you say, Vanilla? I got my money in here for church. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Oh, didn't have to do it, but he did. You know he woke me up this morning, started me on my way. Didn't have to do it, but he did. Well, I feel God stretching out in me. Oh, I feel God stretching out in me. You know I cleaned up my house. I put the devil out. I feel God stretching out in me. Pass it off. God's gonna bless me today on TikTok. And I ain't gonna be on that long. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Listen. I got some fresh brownies I just made, but those are the no nuts that was asked of. A lot of the content creators wanted no nuts, and some of the buyers wanted no nut brownies. So I did those. Michelle, Shirley and Miller, you missed a lot today. What else you have with nuts? What you want me to have, friend? Let me tell you, Hattie. God has been so good to me. But let me tell you this in my clothes. I love being over here. This is the place I want to be, but I may not get to keep being like I want to be. But I got to fix me something to drink. What was I finna say? Anybody remember? I don't remember. But what I'm finna go do is wash my hands, put these that have no nuts on it. I'm going to put these up so they can get chilled. What did you miss is what Cheryl asked me. That gerrymander is racism. Changing your lines to kick black people out of congressional seats is racism. But let me say this to you. They can switch the lines, but they have not figured out a way to stop us from voting. The midterms are upon us. Early voting is now. Go vote. They're not going to give you my notifications because I'm being shadow banned. As you can see, I don't have a lot of people on here. Yes, I'm going to get extra chips and things. However, I don't think I'm going to be mailing out those heavy boxes because they hurt my back and nobody seems to care. Nobody gives me stars. Nobody does nothing. And when I hurt myself, I have to go get in the bed. They can change your lines. We're everywhere. There's no place we are not. Because we are humanity. We are the beginning. We are what every race comes out of. We are the beginning of humanity. There is not any other color that requires that we need to make us. But you got to have a drop of black for every color. So I'm finna put I've been drinking these things and they make me hungry, but it's okay because it's supposed to be working out my metabolism. So I found some Zen GLP-1. Boost the metabolism. I said, God, why am I so hungry? I'm never hungry. Well, in order to fix the problem, it's not that I can't get hungry. It's what I eat. This right here is my body armor. It helps my enzymes and my electrolytes. I don't think there's no content creator on here that has done as much as I have. When it comes to looking out for their people and gifting. I could be wrong. I just ain't seen one. You could correct me because you might watch them. But I ain't seen one. And because you think I ain't going to start eventually saying I deserve something too, me too, child, you done lost your mind. You don't really know me. There was a time I didn't need you. But there's a time that I do. So I'm drinking this to help boost my metabolism. It makes me sure enough hungry. Now the question is you got to eat the right thing. Keep your fruit and things like that around you. So I'll drink on this. I'm going to put this somewhere so my husband don't scratch it up. You're going to destroy my whole bottle. Bottle won't be good for nothing. You don't want to have no life in it. I love y'all. Yeah, I hurt myself bad trying to ship boxes. And then as soon as I mentioned I need you to come over here to help me or give me a galaxy or give me a star, honey, people be like, I ain't finna do that for her. I ain't got no money. That's what y'all say. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. But let me tell you right now that I got so many potato chips right now. I got barbecue. I got Cool Ranch. I just went and got some Cool Ranch for the house and my warehouse thing. I got Takis, Cool Ranch, all kind of snackies and blackies and dackies. But guess what? They don't know that it's never reciprocated as a real strong thank you. So I just been doing it local here lately, and it's been working out good. I get off of here and I bless different people that I can. I do what I can. And I gave, a lot of stuff. Do you eat? Yes, I eat watermelon. I don't eat a lot of it. And another thing, Cheryl Miller, let me tell you something also. We were talking about giants. We were talking about the book of Genesis and Numbers that spoke of giants in the land. We were talking about how God, the fallen angels of God, made it with humans. So the next time you want to ask your child, why my child's wrist bent down like that? Who you sleeping with? Why my child got a murdering spirit? Who you sleep with? Why my child such a thief? Who you sleep with? Why my child such a liar? Who you sleep with? If you can inherit the dialect of your parent in your community, if you can inherit the sickness in your body and they tell you you got high blood pressure, it run in your family. Everything else runs in your family too. You just got to be careful. Because not only did it say before the flood, but it goes on and read in the book of Genesis after the flood that the giants still remained. So what does that mean? That meant everybody didn't die. The spirits didn't die. Well, I don't understand. Well, if he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality and all them spirits, if they died, why is it still here? We know there was giants after the flood because Caleb and Joshua said there are giants in the land. We look like grasshoppers. We also know David went and got him 5 smooth stones. Seraphims were, they called those fallen giants that's in the ocean mermaids. We're talking about Nephilims. And there were other names. We also know David, he said Goliath had brothers. So if it was one, he prepared for 5 more to come. Well, Miss Tracey, why did you bring it up? I brought it up because on May 8th, our government said they were going to start releasing the UFO files. They were saying that we had other life living amongst us, unidentified flying objects. Why did they do it? Oh, because the Epsom salt file, the survivors started testifying down there in Mar-a-Lago, Eagleville, Florida. And he wanted to throw us off. But you better not wake up what God put to sleep. And if you can go find dinosaur bones, pterodactyl bones, caveman bones, if there were giants and it wasn't a myth, we had a lot of myths growing up, We learned about that with the Hobbit and all that mythical stuff. If it wasn't a myth, they ought to be done found some bones to indicate that there were giants. Now then you might ask the question, Miss Tracey, tell me how can this pair of pants fit me? One size fit all. It's a spirit. So in other words, them angels must have been able to get in some form of a man and impregnate them women. And they created these Nephilims. Get out of here. No, it didn't. Might be. That's what I kept trying to tell y'all. I said, I don't know why God keeps taking me to that Grand Canyon. Y'all remember when we was talking about the Grand Canyon? Come on, I gotta go wash my hands. Y'all remember when we talked about the Grand Canyon? And anyway, she don't get home for another 50 minutes, so I can't cook us nothing to eat to then. Y'all remember when we were talking about the Grand Canyon? Hey, Bridget, I love you, bye. We were talking about that Grand Canyon stuff. We certainly was. So sometimes it might seem crazy, but I saw this man in an interview, and he said that the United States government knocked on his door, made his girlfriend come out in her underwear, threw her on the ground, and asked for his camera. You can email me at mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com, Miss Darlene. You know how to email me. You not emailed me before. He said that they threw his girl down in her underwear, and they took all his cameras. They took all that stuff, and they made them leave out their house, and they raided his house. And he said, I don't even know what I did. And they told him, it's a whole interview up, that he had took some pictures of a area that Area 51. Now there are people that live in the Grand Canyon. There are people that live on the outskirts of Area 51. I love you too, Kat. I love you too, girl. I hope you're working today. And they felt like his camera caught something. I don't know what the camera caught, but all I know is they took his stuff from him. And he his ring showed them coming in his house. It showed them ransacking his house. It showed them waiting on the outside. So he got the footage of what took place, and he still don't know what he got. He don't know what they were looking for. And in the video, he said they didn't get nothing. They grabbed a bunch of stuff, but the stuff that they grabbed didn't have nothing. He said they took his whole computer, but he said that they didn't have nothing. To his knowledge, he has no idea what he captured that he wasn't supposed to capture. Now, if you go ask Google, Google will tell you that Area 51 is protecting certain wildlife, and it's protecting people that live inside the Grand Canyon, but it couldn't, because the area that the people live in, the Grand Canyon, is nowhere near Area 51. So a lot of stuff they give us is phony baloney. It was a white man. He said, I don't know. He said, I moved this way. I live out this way in the desert. He said, we even do tours, he said. You know, he said, but I just don't know what I captured. But they took all his equipment. They took his cameras and everything. So you living in a world that your government is keeping secrets from you. We don't know really what's out there. We don't really know what could be over there eating up all the lizards and everything. And we don't know what they keeping alive in Area 51. We don't know. Because why would you tell us? Why would you play with our minds and tell us that you were releasing the files? Why would you even tell us that you had UFO files? Why would you keep that from humanity? Something that could hurt us. Somebody could be walking home in the nighttime, and we're not aware that there's others amongst us that could eat us, that could hurt us, that could rip us apart, that's stronger than us. How is other objects getting in and out of this world if it ain't a portal, if it ain't an opening? How is anything else coming in and out? Have we really ever been to the moon? I don't know. Some say it's a figment of our imagination that we ain't never been out this planet. I don't know. I really don't. I tell you one thing. If you ever notice, they ain't gonna land but in the water. They ain't gonna only land in that water. One, the water is a cleanser. So whatever they had from another planet, it's gonna go in that ocean, in that water. The Bible say that the sea got to give up the dead. Now, if you go read the lost books, like the book of Enoch, and it talk about the seraphims, which is mermaids, he says that they're fallen. He says that after the ark, that group of Nephilim turned into, they had to be in the water. They drowned in the water. And that their bodies and things like that, if you go read the book of Enoch. And he talks about those fallen angels and things. You know, it's amazing. People say they're lost books of the Bible. How are they lost if you say you got them in archive? I'm confused. That confuses me too. You say that the Vatican got the lost books of the Bible. How can they have them if they lost? You can't make this stuff up. We don't think. We ain't smarter than a 5th grader. I promise you we ain't. Because we take whatever anybody tell us. How in the world do you have the lost books of the Bible if they lost? Let me get off of him before I get something started. How can the books be lost, but you got them? Anybody want to answer that? How can the books be lost, but they got all the books? That don't make no sense to me. It shouldn't make no sense to you either. And all they did was say they was going to release those files to distract us, because those poor people that had been victimized, the same way all those people are in China. The Billionaires Club is in China. He took all the billionaires with him to China, baby. They all went on a trip to China. But they couldn't intimidate them Chinese people. Honey, he got Elon Muscadine. He got Fiddle and all of them. If they lost, how you got them? How does the Vatican got them sealed up? Okay. Then why you won't release them? Because I'm sure if they was lost and you done found them, we need to know what's going on in them. I'm sure you would be preparing us. But I'm telling you, y'all going to be surprised. We're going to look like crazy stuff if everything we've been taught is a movie. It's a lie. We're going to look really crazy. And then another thing. He done went and laced the Lincoln Memorial with gold in his picture. And it didn't turn out right. And I was just informed that the statue that they put up of him in Florida, the head of it done fell off. It couldn't be Obama. He trying to get Obama arrested for treason. He ain't even done that. He went and talked to the Prime Minister, the Canadian Prime Minister. So what? You went and talked to people. Oh, we paying for everything. Honey, he about done broke us. We about bankrupt around here. We ain't got a pot to piss in or under to throw it out. And that ain't no lie. Sitting around here talking about you got some lost books. But let me read them. Because if they was lost and now they found, bring them to the front. That UFO crap. And when I went to look at it like some crazy person saying, I want to see. It wasn't no pictures or nothing. It was them tiny little things that you see all the time at night zooming across the sky. For all we know, it could be a shooting star. Because I tell you, anything that comes into a different environment, it's got to come in strong and hard. Why do you think meteor showers, when it does come into our earth, they break up? Different environment. And they just blow up. They explode. Because it's not the same environment in which a meteor shower is used to. And you ain't got no Congress. And you can forget the Supreme Court. You ain't got one. Not for the people. That Supreme Court is not for us. He's doing his own Supreme Court. The 4 judges he just appointed, baby, they asked him, had he served all his times to run, and they wouldn't even answer the people. You can forget it. I'm here to tell you. Everything's a lie. I tell you, all of them's liars. And then talking about stayed up all night long and fell asleep in your meetings. You better quit calling and talking about people. Call Joe Sleeping Joe, and all you do is sleep. You better quit talking about people. You fell asleep talking about he was winking. That was the longest wink I seen. How a man gonna wink that long? When was you gonna unwink? I thought a wink was like that. I thought the Bible said that God was gonna come back like a twinkling of an eye, like that. That's a wink. He was like this. So I don't know how long a wink is nowadays. Because I call that shutting your eyes. Y'all, I don't play. I hustle and I flow. That's why I know I do good work. And I don't play around with my work. These are going to get ready to go in the freezer. Honey, I done put up all these 5 or 6 dozens of these that I just did. That rose so high it split, didn't it? Ooh. Honey, I thought a wink was... Man, that man was all the way gone. He was like me when I take a Percocet. I know what I do when I take a perk. It's over. And a matter of minute... You can ask Willie. He can talk about me. He'll tell you in a minute. She on one. She gone. She gone. She on a senior citizen. Willie will tell you. That's what he was doing. It goes on the way. Black Supreme Court justice is being held accountable for his racism against black Americans, voters by black. Hey, black people do each other wrong every day. We ain't no better. We our worst enemy, baby. If you only knew how black people would go support anybody before they support each other. Black people would go get their money to Target, and we done told you Target don't want us there. But black people act like we can't relearn and unlearn. Honey, I'm going to lose a lot. If I start talking what I really want to say about what folks call church. Boy, that was a big one too. What folks call church. Black folks will quit watching me around here. Oh, I can't watch her. She tripping now. She's saying it too much now. She had the audacity to say this now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch what you're saying now. Watch out now. I ain't gotta watch out nothing. I done put too many brownies on one of these. Watch out now. I ain't gotta watch out nothing. You watch out. Don't nothing undo God. And I'm telling you, God is really upset with America. The wicked shall be turned into hell. Psalms 9, chapter 17. Psalms chapter 9, verse 17. And the wicked shall be turned into hell. And the wicked, and the wicked, and the wicked. And the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget God. The love of money is the root of all evil. You got to have it to survive the way we live. That ain't the problem. It's when we love money more than we love people. It's not money, it's the love of it. When you thrive it, when you use it against people's walk with Christ, when you can't give people certain things and they tell you, oh, you ain't saved. Yeah, I am. By faith through grace, I'm saved. Because I'm not going to reach in my pocket. You don't give me nothing, you don't give me nothing. But I have learned that as long as you out here in this world making other people happy, they don't have no problem with it. They don't care. You all right. It's when you stand up for yourself, when you wake up and you realize all the good and what you deserve, then they got an attitude. They'll get a quick attitude on you. I don't care who it is. It can be your own children. You start thinking for yourself and feeling some type of way and being grateful, and it'll come right back. It'll come right back, y'all. Listen, I done wrap these things up. I'm gonna put them in the freezer. And I'm here to tell you, I got so much I could talk about today. First of all, they building these data centers everywhere. Now, I don't know what's going on in Tahoe. I've never been to Tahoe. I've never been out there where they do them ski resorts. But I know whoever was giving y'all your power, they're not going to let you have it no more. That's all I know. You got to find somebody else that's building these data centers. What is these data centers that they building? It's a data center right in Lawrenceville, Georgia. It stole over 32 million gallons of water from the city of Lawrenceville. And they owed them, they had to pay $150,000 for stealing the water. And we're in a drought in Georgia. They've already told us it's a lot of things we can't do right now. We can't water our grass because we're in a drought. But these people are still watering their grass. What is all these new data centers? Look it up for yourself. We got one. They are building them everywhere. That's what I think, Cheryl Miller. They are building robots and they are monitoring us. Also, in order for the people that live in Tahoe, they got to now give up all their information. And he is requesting that everybody's information be given in order for you to get utilities, because you're going to be under a new company. So now you can't get your electrical. And they're building one in Texas that's the size of 23 or 24 Walmarts or something like that. 2,000 Walmarts. I think that's what they said. 2,000 Walmarts in Texas. I don't know, but I think you might as well go ahead and watch our robots. Because Peter Thiel is the billionaire that's behind everything. And he said that he believed that it's time for robots to take over the jobs that man is doing. Now that's what Peter Thiel said. Peter Thiel is the one that told our president that he had to pick JD as the running mate, or else he wasn't going to get no money. JD spoke against, let me fix this up. Y'all know I have to get my stuff together. JD had spoke against, what's his face? The president. He called him a name. And so the president wouldn't endorse him. It's wrote, you can go look it up. The president, when he was running for his seat, his congressional seat, the president wouldn't sponsor the vice president. So the most money that's ever been spent on a presidency, Peter Thiel spent $15 million for JD's Senate seat. Look it up. I ain't lying to you. And then he flew him out to Florida to speak to the cult leader and told him he would sponsor his presidency if he used him as his running mate. Go look it up. I ain't lying to you. Go look it up, baby. So now, that's how we end up. Baby, don't tell me I don't play. I don't play. Hold on, let me show y'all. I be working day and night, and I'm finna go over here, right over here to TikTok, and sell my stuff. And I gotta do more sweet potato pies too and running low. Let me show y'all. Oh, my back is hurting a little bit. Look, I just put them brownies in. Peanuts without nuts. Whatever I got left of hummingbird and carrot cake and stuff like that. Coconut. Some of my icings. The strawberry and some of the Juneteenth. Some of the sweet potato pies. The lemon and the red velvet. Then I got a couple of cakes down there on the bottom. And some of the cakes up here on top. Baby, I don't be playing. That's why if somebody say get a job, I got a job. I got some banana nut bread up there and a little peach cobbler there. What I got, I got. And I try to work, you know. This is what I do. So when somebody tell me to go get a job that calls themselves a cook and got a content creator page, how you gonna tell me to get a job and you trying to do what I have become successful in doing? And everybody don't come over there to TikTok. And everybody that's over there ain't going to help you even if you're struggling. So therefore, he didn't have to tell me something that he ain't going to help me with. I don't take, unless it's a special cake, I sell what I bake because I can get it out quick. Like anybody got orders today, I got some orders that's got to be shipped out. I'm finna put together an order. I sell what I have. It makes me get it in the mail same day or next day. Because I sell what I got. And it makes sense to me. Because I don't want to get stuck with a bunch of stuff. Bridget, I ain't telling you because you want to go fuss them out. I'm not telling you. And Bridget, guess what we eating today? A bologna sandwich with an egg on it, Bridget. That's what me and Avery finna eat. I'm finna hook us up a bologna and an egg sandwich. Because I realize this, at the end of the day, you give your kids what you want them to have. And if that's what I got, my kitchen clean, ain't it? It's clean. And if that's what I got, that's what my baby gonna eat. And she'll be happy with it. I can fix breakfast tonight. She gonna be all right with it. Because guess what? She gonna have something on her stomach. And guess what? Soon, in just a minute, I'm gonna start frying bologna. From that bologna, I'm gonna bust this egg now. It's about time for me to get going. She'll be home before you know it. So I'm gonna put that bologna on. Some people don't have an entrepreneur mind. Some people don't even understand. I didn't even start a TikTok battles. I'm just getting over there. Do you know who made Tabitha Brown rich? TikTok. She'll tell you in a minute. She didn't become a millionaire over here. She became a millionaire off of TikTok. And she got so many endorsements off of TikTok. And guess what? I got over there late. Because my kids didn't help me like Choice helped her. Choice taught her how to go over there and how to get on TikTok. I didn't know nothing about it. I thought you could only do stuff for 1 minute and that's all you had. But guess what? I'm over there now. And whoever gonna help me, who ain't. That's why I told Bridget, turn your camera on. And don't let nobody stop you. Bridget comes on while I'm asleep. I told her, don't let nobody stop you. Turn your camera on. Y'all, I'm finna get off of here so I can get ready to get over there to TikTok. Church started at 7:30 tonight. I love y'all. We got tomorrow night, Bishop's night. And I'm finna go drink my little stuff and cook my sandwich. Whoever come to TikTok, I don't know how many people I have left. But what I say to one, I say to all, love your neighbor like you love yourself. What I say to one, I say to all, Mama Audrey. What I say to one, I say to all, love covers a multitude of faults. And what I say to one, I say to all, I love y'all. Yes, I do. I truly do. I'm tired. I have to give myself a break because my body be hurting. I've been going through some stuff. And I got most stuff to showcase. I'm trying to sell the clothes. I'm trying to get things going so that it don't be just no battle world. But in the meantime, I'm going to see y'all later, honeybees. I love you, Mama Linda. And I'm going to let the ones know that really want to come on a retreat next year. We might get a smaller house. And I'm going to pick the one. What flavor? This is pineapple coconut. I love these two. Pineapple coconut. And I drink these. They give me energy. Listen, if you really want to go on a retreat with me, and you can meet me here in the mountains of Georgia, I'll set it up. I'll set it up for February or March of 2027. And we will have a good time by ourselves together, the ones that's coming. And we will eat, I will get groceries, and we will cook, and we will eat, and we will enjoy each other. Because at the end, it has always took humans to survive. You can't survive by yourself. And I need you to survive. Grace and peace. May God's peace be with you too till we meet again. And for those that I won't see over there, please, kind sir and kind man, pray for me. Put your name, listen, put my name on your lips. And when you go to God, I need you to cover me. And the next time I go across your mind, I need you to cover me. And in all that you do, I need you to cover me. I love y'all. The devil is busy. And it is going to be some spiritual warfare. And I need to do a Bible study. Because what I want to say to y'all, it might freak the average person out. But remember, none of the spirits died. But what did you wake back up? And there is four of them under the river called Euphrates, near the Babylonian town. And the Bible says when the river dries up, there are 4 killing spirits. And they're going to be released. The 4 corners of this world. From the north, the south, the east, and the west. They going to eat up the 4 corners of the world. And not just calling them the north, the south, the east, and the west. But you can say Asia. And you can say America. And you can say Europe. And you can say Africa. The 4 corners. And that's the word. I keep telling you, quit trying to wake up what God put to sleep. But just in case you want to wake it up, be ready. I pray we all be ready. I pray we all be ready. I pray we all be ready for his return. I pray that we get our business straight so we can all meet at the gate. I pray we all be ready for his return. I'm going to try to do us a Bible study. If I don't do it, if y'all ain't busy over the weekend, I'm going to try my best to get a Bible study in Monday or Tuesday. It's important that I do. Very important that I do. Because I want to tell you something. But everybody will get freaked out. Everybody ain't spiritual. See y'all later, honeybees. I love y'all. Rosalind, I'm gone. Rosalind, girl, let me in. I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm gone. Elder told me I could not drink caffeine. Rosalind, where in the Bible that says I can't have Coca-Cola? The Mormons is saying we can't have it. Rosalind, Jehoshaphat said I can't have Coke.